Hello, nieces and nephews, this is your Uncle Bill. Stay tuned, we're gonna pitch this tent through movie magic. We're doing another outdoor camping in my backyard. Why? Because my car doesn't work, my phone doesn't work. We're gonna have fun. We have one of my bigger tents. It's the ALPS CAMP CREEK 4. It sleeps 4 people very comfortably. Oh, look at here. Here's my ALPS Engineering ground cloth, which I forgot about. I didn't have to break out my other one. After I did my camp 2019, I went and bought the ground cloth that goes with this tent. I forgot all about using that. Now we take this, which is the footprint of the tent, and we lay it out. If I remember correctly, I usually, when I'm rolling it up, I roll to the head of the tent. So the head of the tent should be here. I always get this backwards. Yay! Looks like the head of the tent to me. It's been forever since I've done this tent. And there's some written directions here which should make things a little easier. Just get that loose so that we got at least a start on things. We're just doing the preliminary stakeout. It's this end of the tent that I'm worried about getting right. For the bottom part, it's time to start reading through the directions. That's the fly on top right there. Get out some poles here. If I remember correctly, I think we put up the V part first. I know that the fly is the most difficult part. Deal. And here's some more smaller fiberglass poles. These are probably for the part that goes over the door and the back of the tent, because that was basically the same. All right, it says choose a suitable site. We've done that. We've identified everything. Slide fiberglass poles A through, okay, 2 fiberglass poles. We're ready. Having the poles be shorter and this taller, it really is quite easy to get everything going. Time for the other pole. Now there's some nice plastic fittings in here. And first time I put this up, I put them in backwards, so that's a lot of fun. There's 1 in, 2 in. Slide fiberglass poles A, B, insert narrower end, and the corresponding plastic hub C for the roof. That's what we're doing. We're making the roof right now. Okay, what's the narrower end? There's 1. 1 is done, and this one, magic. It takes shape. There's the roof. And then you just fit in right underneath, and you put your bag in. Now this is one of the biggest tents I have. Very impressed with it. I slept in this with my cat while I had the house tented for termites years ago. These are the poles. Seeing as I have the wind coming at me, what I'm going to do is put the back end of the tent up first. We take 2 poles for the back. There is a plastic foot, so you make sure that you have that facing down. First one up, goes in. Oh. Yep, I did it again. Probably did it on all 4 sides too. All right, here we go. There's a little ribs on the inside. They should say, instead of narrower end, they should say go for the ribs, but they said narrower side. And to try to figure out what the narrower side meant, you don't realize it until you start doing this part of the tent. And I have this on all of them backwards, because it's just so much easier to stick it straight in, and you got a 50-50 chance, and Uncle Bill got it wrong both times. There's 2 of them wrong. There's part of it up, and you can see how this tent just takes shape. And then we're going to go around, buckle in all the sides there. As soon as this thing is up and the fly's on, one more, and we're almost done. Couldn't you see yourself staying in this tent for like a week? Here we go. Make sure that it's staked out well. There. Whoa, what happened back here? Why didn't you guys tell me that one of these poles fell off? Hey, Uncle Bill, one of the poles fell off. Now we're clipping them in. That adds stability to the tent. Just doing a little bit of touch up here. How we looking? In. Everybody's all happy. Flowers in her hair. I love the flower girl. Well, I've run into a rock, that's what I'm doing. This one is not as critical because the wind's coming from the other direction. Oh, bent the stake. These are not my favorite stakes. Making sure that the ground cloth doesn't extend beyond the tent, because if it rains, which it's not expected to, the rain would go right underneath the tent and accumulate moisture. This is one of the trickier parts of doing this tent. What we do is we let the wind help us, hopefully. What we're going to do is go like this and like this. Whee! Like I said, I was going to let the wind help us. These black straps come all the way down and clip in. It's a lot easier doing this with two people. Once you get one side, the other side's pretty easy. Snap it in. There's one side. Bring this one down, snap it in too. You can do it! This is the hardest part of doing the tent. The fly. Like I said, it's the hardest part. And we're done. Gonna do it. Yes, we're gonna do it. We got... Alright, now we just have to get the other pole back here and run that through and string her up. One thing you don't want to do is force your tent, because you might put a tear in it. In the back it looks a little messy right now because I haven't put this pole in yet. But you can see how it's taking shape. See how nice and big it is? Makes me look short. Only 5'8". Looking for the pocket. As soon as I find it, then I'm going to thread this through. Just like I did in the front, except this goes a lot faster. The reason it goes faster is we already have the tent 99% set up. There you have it. ALPS mountaineering tent. It's all set up. So, nieces and nephews, that's the mountaineering tent. Stay tuned. We're going to have more fun and excitement as we go through our camping adventure.